Hey everyone, welcome to day 2 of our 5-day group of wellness. Today we're going to be talking about block scheduling and how to increase your productivity, to decrease anxiety, and have overall better mood throughout the day. Sometimes we can become extremely overwhelmed because we don't have our day completely organized or scheduled. We don't have intention set. We don't really have a real clear path to where we're going to go throughout the day. We might have tons of things that we need to get done, tons of things that we have going on in our head, that it kind of gets a little muddled, it kind of gets a little confusing. So today we're going to figure out how to help us get organized. We're going to set intentions for our day so that we can have intentional rest time and also figure out how to decrease anxiety and stress while increasing self-esteem with the feelings of feeling accomplished and proud that we got through our day. We got some tasks that we finally need to get done. So the very first thing of how to do block scheduling is to get a calendar or an agenda or even a piece of paper where you can write out every single hour of the day. We are literally going to schedule every minute and every hour of your day so we know exactly what to expect. There's no surprises. And also we have a kind of a slot or a time slot for everything that is important for you during the day. So if you don't have an agenda, I suggest going out to Target or even ordering one on Amazon. This is the time to do it because there are probably lots of sales and things kind of getting ready for the new year. But this is the one that I use. I just got it off of Target, but it's actually one of my favorites so far. It's a day designer, if you can see that there. And the reason why I like it so much is because it really sections out the hours. See how every hour has a time slot? And then it also gives me a to-do list item, and then my 3 top important to-do list items for the day, and then a notes section, a place for gratitudes, and a place for maybe what I'm doing that evening. And usually what I write there is what I'm having for dinner or something along those lines. So once you find an agenda or a calendar or even a piece of paper, you can even use Google Calendar. I've used that before as well because you can really kind of sync up, especially if your days look kind of similar throughout the week. You can kind of sync up what your days will look like pretty easily and pretty efficiently that way. You can pretty much schedule it all Sunday. Anyways, so once you have something that you're going to write in, you're going to write down, the very first thing you're going to write down or even think about is what are my non-negotiables for the day? What are the things that I need to do to help me survive through the day to day? And typically I say that's sleep. When are you sleeping? What time are you going to sleep? What time are you waking up? Maybe working out, creating 20 to 30 minutes of your day where you're designated to moving your body and working out that day. You could even possibly put when you are eating. So when are you having your meals throughout the day? And also, when are you working? When are some things that are already scheduled, that are in your schedule that you can't reschedule, you can't move them around. So when are some of those times? So it could be like a class schedule, it's definitely scheduled for that day, or a work schedule. It's definitely set that you're having to go to work. Appointments, like you've already scheduled this appointment for the day, you can't like reschedule it type of thing. So write down all of those things. So if you're going to, for example, like I'm going to wake up at 6, I'm going to work out at 7, I go to work, say like from noon to, I don't know, let's say like 6, work, where I'm going to have a lunch break too, which is important to put in there. So maybe my lunch/dinner break is at 3. Okay, and I'm giving myself a whole hour. And then let's say I go to bed. My calendar only goes to 8 p.m., but let's say that I go to bed at 9:30. Don't make fun of me. I go to bed early. I love sleep. And I'm going to go to bed at 9:30. So this is what my schedule, just a rough copy of what my schedule looks like. You can highlight it to make it different colors or kind of use different colored pens, whatever your fancy style is with that. If you're doing it on Google, you can kind of block sometimes out and designate a color to each slot. Now the next thing is that you're going to really kind of take a stand back. These are all your non-negotiables for the day, but look at all these empty slots that you have going on throughout your day. So I have like a whole hour of an empty slot first thing in the morning. I'm waking up at 6 and I don't really have scheduled that I'm going to work out until 7. So what I'm going to put in here is I'm going to journal and I'm going to read. And I know from our post that we did yesterday, journaling is only going to take me 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to do 10 minutes of reading. Maybe I do a devotional. That's another 10 minutes. So, it's 30 minutes. So once again, I have an extra 30 minutes. So maybe I'm making coffee or doing something like that. But I'm going to plug what I'm going to be doing in there. After I work out, which, say that takes me 40 minutes or so, I'm going to have like 4 hours until I go to work. So what am I doing during that time? So the next thing that you have is probably designating times in that, you might have to get ready for things. So I know that it probably takes me like 45 minutes to get ready, and be honest with yourself. Like, it's not going to take you a whole hour to get ready unless, I don't know, maybe you have a crazy routine, but shower 15 minutes, getting dressed, especially if you know what you're going to wear for the day, which I encourage you to lay out your stuff the night before, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes, makeup, 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, hair, another 10 to 15 minutes. So really, it shouldn't take you any more than an hour to get ready, if not 45 minutes to get ready. And that's just getting yourself ready. That's not eating or anything like that. So I'm going to start getting ready at probably like 10:45. If I have to leave to go to work at 11:45 because I have to be at work at 12. So once again, I have about 8 until 10:45. So what am I doing in between that time? And that's a question to ask myself as well. And then I get home at 6, but I'm not going to bed until 9:30. So what am I doing between that time? That's 3.5 hours. What am I doing with my day, right? So the next step that I'm going to have you do is create a to-do list section. So write down like a running total of things you want to accomplish that day. And once again, I'm not going to put any kind of restrictions on this. Write down everything that you need to do today. So maybe it's laundry, cook dinner, run to post office. Or maybe there's like an assignment that you have to get accomplished. Christmas shopping, which is kind of a big time to do that. Okay, so I'm writing down my to-do list items underneath my to-do list section. You can do this on a Post-it note. It doesn't have to be in your schedule, but just find a Post-it note and write down your to-do list items. Now, I want you to go through all of the things that you feel like you have to do that day, right? And I want you to prioritize them. So, for example, I want you to look at, do you really need to get your laundry done? Do you really need to, maybe I need to clean the bathrooms or something like that. Is that something that I really need to get done today or something I really want to get done today? You're going to identify 3 to-do list items, if this makes sense. So say you have some assignments or homework, right? Which if you're a student, I'm sure you have a lot of assignments and homework to do. I want you to do the same thing with that. Write down all of your assignments that you have to do for tomorrow, that have to get done for tomorrow. Write down all of those things and then prioritize them. What is the number one thing that you have to get done in order to feel like you won the day for today that's going to put you one step ahead for tomorrow? Does that make sense? So I want you to really kind of check in with what some of these things, like cook dinner, I have to eat. So yeah, that makes sense. I really have to get this assignment done. So yeah, so I'm going to have to get that done. And let's say there's a sale that's ending and I really need to get my Christmas shopping done or something along those lines. So I'm going to put those, actually, I'm going to switch cooking dinner to meal planning. I'm going to put those into my top 3 things that I need to get done today. Assignments / like homework and Christmas shopping. So I am no longer necessarily focused on my to-do list items. I'm focused on my top 3 that I need to get done today. Does that make sense? So those are top 3 things I need to get done today. So now I look at those 3 things, and these are the 3 things that if I get done, I feel like I win the day. I look at these 3 things and I'm going to plug them into my schedule. So I have time in the morning. So I'm going to meal plan from 8:30 to 9:30. I'm going to meal plan and get all ready for dinner. And then obviously I'm going to cook dinner probably at 6 to 7. From 9:30 until when I need to get ready, I'm working on my assignment. So that is giving me over an hour to work on whatever assignment I say that I need to get done that day. And then Christmas shopping, I'm going to plug that into my break over lunch. And then also after dinner. So as you see here, I wake up, I do my journal, my devotional, I work out. I'm giving myself a little bit extra time. Maybe my workout isn't an hour, but say I'm going to give myself an hour, and then I'm meal planning. And then I'm working on an assignment for like an hour and a half. Then I'm getting ready. Then I'm going to work and I'm working. And then on my break, I'm doing some Christmas shopping, which is my last to-do list item. And then I'm making dinner and I'm doing more Christmas shopping. And then I'm probably relaxing until I go to bed that night. So every minute of my day is scheduled. It is intentional. It has purpose. So truthfully, it's probably not going to take me that long to say do my meal plan or my Christmas shopping or even my assignment. Maybe I can get it done a little bit quicker. So I'm going to look at the next thing on my to-do list and try to get that done on my to-do list. But to know that I don't have to. If I just get my top 3 items for the day done, then I feel like I won the day. And I can lay my head down at night and I know that I got those top 3 things that I needed to get done that day. So that's a little bit of how block scheduling works. So every hour is very intentional. It's very mapped out. Try it, see how it goes. And it doesn't mean that once you have a schedule in place, you don't need to switch it up or move things around. You can for sure do that. So you can have a schedule for today and be like, oh, like that didn't really work out or something like that. I'm going to shift it and make it this way for next week or something along those lines. I definitely encourage you to at least give yourselves a couple of days of trying that same schedule before calling it quits. So if you just call like the first day, like, I can't wake up at 6, calling it quits. Give yourself a couple of days to attempt to try to wake up at 6, okay? Before switching your schedule around completely. So we want to have some consistency and purpose and intention to our day rather than just kind of shooting things at a wall and being kind of sporadic. So those are my block scheduling tips for you. I do have other videos if you're interested and would like to know more about it. I could also sit down and help you work out your individual schedule if that's helpful as well. But really try it. It's super helpful and it sets yourself up for the day, kind of gets everything out on paper so you're not responsible for remembering it and keeping it in your brain. You can use your brain for creative thinking, for relationship building, and all that kind of stuff rather than your schedule. So, all right, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you have a great rest of your day and let me know if you enjoyed this video and you want to know more about block scheduling. See ya.